I wonder if there's people that would, if I had like baby DJ classes,
Yeah?
I bet you there's a crowd that would be like, that's for me.
I bet you there's a big crowd.
I bet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's okay.
And you guys have so much extra time. Throw your time right in.
Right, throw it right in, I know. That's all I need, one more business. So one of the things that you guys are gonna hear me talk a lot about is creating opportunities. And there's two variables that go into creating that opportunity. It's networking plus skills equals opportunity. The reason is that when you have a network, you get access to people, to information that can help you. And when you have the skills to be able to listen to those things that people are telling you and you can do something about it, that's when you can capitalize and then create an opportunity. So creating a network, I think, is not like one of those cheesy, ways of just going out and saying like, hey, give me your business card, like I'll call you sometime. Like that's so schmoozy and that's just not how things really work. No one's built real relationships doing that. What I want to show you is how to build those real relationships, and it's by listening for what you can do to help. And all I want you to do is think about, when I listen, what can I do? What can I give to this person in return? So that way I've created a relationship built on me giving first. And there's kind of an acronym that I use for what you can give, right? It's called SPACE, S-P-A-C-E. SPACE is really, when you think about it, space is created, you can move around, you got mobility in life, right? A great network gives you mobility in life. And so I use that term SPACE. The first thing is the skills, like what can you physically or mentally do that can help somebody else out. The P is for people. So who do you know that you can pick up the phone and call and say, you need to meet with this person, and connecting the dots. The A is for assets, and assets are things that you physically own. That could be money, but let's think of things like a car. Let's say somebody has to go to the airport. You might say, hey, let me offer you a ride to the airport. Like that's an asset that you can use. The C is for community then. What community or circles of groups do you belong to that people could get engaged with, and they themselves make a great contribution into that community? There's a lot of great communities that I'm involved with. Things like EO, Entrepreneurs Organization, Leadership Denver, 40 Under 40, you name it. There's just all these different groups and organizations, but if you can get somebody in those and they can become a productive part of those, they've also now got crew that they're gonna be around. So that's the community aspect. And the last one are your emotions. The E is for emotions. Emotions are, sometimes people just wanna talk, they just wanna be heard, they wanna be listened to, they wanna be empathized with. Those emotions are things that you can give to other people that don't really cost anything, right? But they are something that you're giving. Sometimes you can actually even feel drained by it, right? But that's because you're giving of yourself. And so if you remember this acronym SPACE, that is what you can give to people when you meet them. And when you give first, you'll build a wonderful network.
Well, hello there. Good to see you.
Yeah, tell me what's going on, like what you're interested in helping out with, and I can, whether it's with like my program or not, like I'll help you.
Yeah, I'm doing the radio show now.
No, so tell me about it, man.
Yo, man, the rocket ship.
I've been seeing the rocket ship.
Stay tuned to the rocket ship.
And is it all sports?
All sports. We talk politics. We talk.
Do you?
Events, so it's a lot of fun.
Give me a little more about where you see things going, because here's what I want to be able to do. What I know is the things you're going to need to build and the people you need to bring to the table to get you the kinds of gigs you want or the kinds of exposure you want, like I know them. Mm-hmm. So my world is your world.
Yeah.
So the question is, which people do I bring in at what time? And like, dude, we kick it, and I mean, I'm happy, dude. This would be like a pleasure to help you get things going. Yeah. So if you give me kind of like vision.
I want to change the world, man. One person, one relationship, one action, one activity at a time. We have a God-given right to be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I want to, and through my experiences of success, I just want to continue to help others, believe in themselves and pick up a shovel, whatever their shovel is, to do the work they need to do. I believe in, from self-education and community building, we can change the world together.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to do. By me emceeing an event, they see a double major graduate alumni of Notre Dame, who's also world champion, who also is in the community helping with helping kids better themselves.
Have you got an idea of like what are the things that you need to put in place?
I need a website that can load my tweets, that can, I probably want to do one for the show too, the rocket ship, but just something. I need a website, RyanRyanHarris68.com. Just you go there and it says, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what we can do. Here's speaking engagements, MC, community engagement.
No doubt.
These different pieces that make up, the efforts that we all do.
Yeah.
But that really can just narrate.
Right.
What I'm doing.
What I would do now that I'm actually meeting with her later this afternoon. There's a gal out of LA who came up with a really cool way that she does websites. She does websites for like Hulu and like big time companies.
Connect me with
So we'll do that. Okay.
I need that website in the next 2-3 weeks.
You got
Let's
it.
Work, man.
All right. Well, I at least appreciate you guys hearing what we're working on. It sounds like it's not a good fit for necessarily what you're doing, but if for some reason you come across folks providing services to those kids, would you mind just trying to connect the dots and saying, hey, there's this guy that's looking for, to hire folks? Good. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks. Take care. Bye. More dead ends. Gotta keep having those calls. What are you gonna do? But here's the good news. While we were on the phone, I just got an email asking from a potential client who said we would like to move forward. So that is awesome news. We got some things to button up, square away, but looks like we'll be bringing another customer on, which means that we've got to really speed up all of this hiring that we're doing too. So, but good news, feels good. Lindsay. What's up, girl?
Hi.
Did you have an agenda?
No.
This is all me.
It's all you.
I love you for that.
You.
I wanted to learn a little bit more about from a standpoint of I'm potentially prospecting it. Before I go in and say I know it's a good thing for the company,
Right.
I want to learn a little bit more to see if
Yeah.
I really think it is or
Yeah.
not. There's no chat. Now, the question is, why isn't there? It's not like a unique thing. So there might be some. There we go.
There was.
Perfect.
And it wasn't effective.
It didn't work. What happens is the execution falls down.
Yeah.
And that's my whole gig.
Right.
Is execution. It's not the tech.
Yeah.
It's execution
Yeah.
on the people. So
Yeah.
actually that for me could be awesome.
Right.
Who's a friendly that, I could have this conversation without them feeling like I'm selling them, that I'm really trying to just get the lay of the land.
I mean,
I'll eventually sell somebody.
Yes.
Don't get me wrong. Would you be down for that?
Yeah, for
That'd be
sure.
super helpful.
Yeah, no, I have
Thanks.
no issues with that. Yeah, because we did. Again, we did try it. It didn't work.
Right.
So,
So now the question is, what wasn't? We have Frisky Whiskey still lined up for the year.
Okay.
I've got a casino night coming up
Nice.
also.
Okay.
So just to see kind of more general stuff, what
Yeah.
can we do to help you?
Awesome.
You have no shortage of opportunities. The question is, which are the best target
Right.
ones for you?
Right. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you too. I
Yeah,
appreciate
this
it.
is great. Yeah, so
Cool.
if you don't
I'll drop you a quick email, easy
just
blurb.
send me a blurb and then I'll
You rock.
intro. I'll brainstorm too if there's anyone else.
And you-
Well, so good
all right,
to see
yeah.
you.
Yeah, thanks for coming down here too.
Yeah,
Appreciate
oh my
it.
gosh, absolutely. Get me out of the office for a little bit.
All right.
Good luck with your next meeting.
Thanks.
Okay,
Take care.
bye.
So much is up. First of all, I sent you somebody amazing this morning. Did you see your email? He's a good friend of mine. He was Peyton Manning's blindside tackle offensive line for the world champion Broncos, and he needs a personal site. So, good friend. So we met this morning, and I sent you guys an email intro. Awesome guy. And I said, she'll take great care of you. So today you guys probably saw a lot of really cool examples of people giving and taking, right? Where I'm asking about things that I could use help with. The other person on that side is listening, trying to see how they can help me, but in return, I'm also asking for questions like, what can I do for you? Or listening to how are you dealing with this? And then making those connections and making those ties happen. And so as you start to hear the kind of the fluidity, that back and forth dance, you see that a natural relationship starts to build and exist. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm curious to see if you try this and you go into your week here of conversations, and instead of just being about like you and what you want to get out of it, could you listen to that conversation and listen for ways that you can give space, right? SPAC&E. That's the skills, people, assets, community, and emotions, and try to listen for what you can bring and actually do it. And I would love to hear whatever those stories are, to see what that person's reaction was, that how they reacted to what you gave them. So hit me up on anywhere on social media, or if you want to drop me an email even, feel free to do that. You can email me at andy@andyseth.com. Comes right to me. I would love to hear the stories, but more than anything, I'd love for you guys to go out, listen, be active givers, and invest in your relationships and see what comes back just naturally. It'll happen. And I promise you, good things will happen as a result.